What's up everyone, I'm Steve Talks, and in today's video we are going to be looking at 4 different niche fragrances that you can wear on on winter or fall nights. These are quite expensive fragrances, but they're still very well put together fragrances that will really work for any of your fall nights or maybe later in the winter. Make sure to buy samples of these because they are pretty expensive, and I don't want you guys to be buying them and then not liking it because you didn't try a sample first. So to start the video off, we've got Initio Rehab. This fragrance is pretty much like a woody spice bomb. It's got notes of vetiver, lavender, and sandalwood. I don't know how, but it smells like spice bomb, except it's a bit less spicy. Initio Rehab, it's a great fragrance for your, fall night or winter night because subtle, spicy, woody fragrance, and also relatively clean as well. You get a little bit of something coming out, which is presenting the spice bomb, Victor and Rolf type of DNA, and then it becomes nice and soapy and very clean smelling. Just switches up like that. I would definitely recommend this for your fall nights. So in terms of performance for this fragrance though, it doesn't do so great, but it does last quite long, but it just doesn't project, and it's not one that I would recommend to be one that stands out during your winter and fall nights. But the next one though will. Next up we got Parfums Demar the Layton. Layton now will stand out and will be very strong in the crowd. This one's got notes of apple, lavender, and vanilla, and it really smells strong. This has such a beautiful apple in the opening, and then has a nice bit of sweetness from the vanilla, and it has a little bit of spiciness to me. It's not too crazy on the spiciness, but it is, I feel like, still kind of there, and will definitely make the crowd smell you. Next up, we are switching it up a little bit, and we're going into a more honey, tobacco, lavender fragrance. This fragrance is Xerjoff Naxos. Now this is a sweet tobacco fragrance. It's not heavy on the tobacco, like it's not, the dark, deep tobacco, because of that honey. That honey comes in, makes it a lot sweeter, and it's also got lavender and bergamot in there, which make it more clean when it's first sprayed. But when it dries down, it becomes a sweet tobacco fragrance, and I really enjoy this one. I would highly recommend it for your winter nights, and it is a pretty expensive fragrance, but it does have very good performance, and I would highly recommend it to anybody out there that likes, the sweet tobacco fragrances and is willing to try it for, a winter and fall night. This would be a perfect fragrance for that occasion, especially if it's cold. And lastly on the list, we got Elborn by Carner Barcelona. Now this fragrance has got honey, benzoin, and vanilla as some of the main notes. It opens up very sweet at first. The honey and the vanilla really come out, but in the mids it's got benzoin and fig, and that kind of give it a little bit of a different element. It gives it a little bit of depth instead of just it being a sweet fragrance. I would highly recommend this. It's not as expensive as your typical niche fragrances, so I would highly recommend this one. It's got really good performance, and it does project quite heavy. And if you're looking for something nice and sweet during your fall nights or your winter nights that has a little bit more of a playful touch with it, it's not deep and dark like some other winter fragrances or some other fall fragrances, then I would recommend using Elborn by Carner Barcelona. That's been it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments below, and let me know by liking this video and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.